So what do we got going on today?
Well, we're trying to clean up out here amongst the castor bean, and that gets some of this grass cleared out. And it's tight places where I cannot use the weed whacker, my weed eater, because of things like this. So I have to get in here and pull things by hand.
You can see we've got several small castor beans come up over here. So we would try and not to hurt them or disturb them too much.
Sometimes when the weeds grow real close to the plants, it makes it hard, because when you pull up the weed, oftentimes it hurts the plant. It disturbs the roots. We got quite a good rain yesterday. It's a good time to be pulling weeds, because the ground got good and soaked. Already got a bunch of them goat head seeds. Really want to get rid of them. One thing that I hate is the tie vines.
Now, what are the tie vines?
Well, they are this vine here that wraps around everything. I mean, they'll tie onto plants, onto fences, they'll tie up on your sprinklers. We had one back in the back part of the yard that just kept getting around the plants and trying to choke them. But they're a very invasive, very obnoxious plant.
And they're very hard to get rid of.
Yes, they are.
I've lived here for, I guess 11 and a half years, and we've been fighting them this whole time.
Yeah, it is not an easy thing to get rid of. You have to be real careful around the morning glories and stuff like that, because they're a vine, and you get in there and get too aggressive with pulling weeds and stuff, you'll pull your plant right up. We're trying not to do that.
One thing I've noticed with gardening is that you discover a whole new world of bugs.
Oh yes.
Bugs you never knew existed.
My first watermelon plant on my vine was doing great. It was growing real good, and I went out to do some weeding in my garden. This is an above ground garden, and I went out to do some weeding and check on things. And when I got over to my watermelon and that, I turned it over, and something had scratched on the outside of the watermelon, and that it had to have been something pretty big. It couldn't have been just a little bug, because it was some deep long scratches. And then inside the center of those scratches was a little tiny pea-sized hole. And crawling in and out of that hole was all kinds of different roly-polies, all kinds of little beetles and bugs crawling in and out of that hole. They ate my watermelon. I was not happy. This right here is one of them tie vines I was telling you about that gets on the plants, and they wrap around
They try to
and
choke it
choke
out.
the plant. And they're very difficult to pull up and get rid of, and they break off, then they grow right back.
Yeah, it's hard to get them by the root.
You just almost have to dig them out with a
Spade
shovel
or
or spade or something.
If you look, we've got castor beans where all that grass was. So we'll mulch this and it'll help keep the grass down, and it'll help protect the plants and give them more moisture. I had someone asking me yesterday what they could do to keep the moisture in their plants, and I told them get some cedar mulch.
I don't like that colored wood, imitation wood stuff, and that rubberized mulching. I do not like it at all.
Now, like she said in a previous video, you'll probably have to do this every year. Put new mulch down, but
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It's not that expensive.
It'll eventually deteriorate because it's wood. And it'll eventually rot, deteriorate, and go into the soil.
It's about $3 or $4 a bag. And I love the smell of cedar.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's such a clean, woodsy smell.
And your critters, your pests, they don't like
Don't
it.
like it.
So that's a plus. And you can actually use the cedar and stuff. You can use it for dog houses. You can use it for a number of things.
Oh yeah, it makes good animal bedding.
We used to put cedar shavings in the guinea pig cage, and you can use it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Here are the neighbor's chickens.
Yep.
I don't think that sun's gonna let us do too much more.
No, I think
It's
it's
starting to come out now.
about quitting time. But we got quite a bit done. You always want to clean up after yourself. I like to use old boxes and bags from the mulch and stuff like that to do the cleanup, because that way you're using trash to dispose of trash. Looks a lot better. Not bad looking at all. Over here is our Gara, those that I had bought for $10 at Lowe's Home Improvement. And as you can see, they're growing. This one's doing the best of the three, but the other two are taking off too. They're starting to do good.
Yeah, it's been about a week since we planted them,
Yeah.
so just giving you guys a little bit of an update on how
I'm
they're
gonna
doing.
go grab some fertilizer and put some more fertilizer on.
This is your Miracle-Gro mixture.
Miracle-Gro mixture, yep.
And what parts do you put? How many scoops?
I put
per-
one of the big scoops to this jug.
How big is that jug?
It's probably 2 gallons.
I think it's 2 gallons, yeah. So a big scoop to a 2-gallon jug of water.
Yeah.
This is our large one. We've had it in the ground for a year, and we cut it back last winter. It came back, doing great. The grass is growing around it though.
Yeah, and it's growing up in the middle. I wish that I had a mulched when we first planted it. But I'm trying to clean it up, and then I'm going to put mulch. And I hate these. They have these things on them that are very stickery. I think it's foxtail, but I'm not sure. But they get in the dog's ears, and you will have problems.
If they get in your socks, if they get in your jogging
they
pants.
can ruin a pair of socks or shoes. They're a real problem.
They will even try to attach to denim. They'll try to attach to just about anything.
Yeah, they do.
But some things like jogging pants or that,
They're the worst.
you can't get all those little stickers out.
Okay, you can see my pile of stuff I pulled out from around my Gara here.
And that's just on this one side.
Yeah, haven't even got to the other side yet. As you can see, it grabs everything on me. My gloves, my pants.
If you're going to have a garden, you will have a constant battle with weeds
And bugs.
and bugs.
Yep.
Things you don't want growing alongside the things you do want.
Yep.
But
It's
that's just part of the challenge.
just nature.